Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Lions alternate history. We have week 2 in the books. We're going to play a little Monday morning quarterback here and take a look at the game from yesterday where we beat the Packers 31-0. It was an annihilation. It was a offense and defensive game for both sides. Of the Lions' offense and defense just took over, and it did help that the Packers didn't have their starting quarterback in the game. Lynn Dickey was injured for 3 weeks in week 1, and so they went with David Whitehurst, who was horrible. I'd like to think our defense had something to do with that, but we saw when we played the Bears in week 1. Vince Evans, who's no Joe Montana, put 35 points up on the board against us. So, our defense, we had 2 interceptions for a touchdown. One of them was like a 99-yard run back. So it was a great game. It was a lot of fun. If you didn't get a chance to watch the game, it was fun. There were some really funny moments. And I definitely recommend giving it a go. Before we do the Browns preview for next Sunday, let's go ahead and take a look at the standings for the contest. So Detroit was giving 1.5, and the over-under was 37 points for week 2. And Detroit won easily. And it was the under. You know what was crazy about that is the over-under was 37, and Eddie Murray, our kicker, missed 2 field goals, so it could have been a push, which would have benefited everyone, of course. However, in this case, we had one winner for week 2, and that is World's Worst Gamer, which is Sean. He picked Detroit, and he picked the under. So technically, he's picked correctly in both games. John, who picked correctly in week 1, picked Green Bay and the under, so he technically did not get the choose the right team. Kent got the Lions winning, but he took the over, so he got the win in the sense that he picked the right team. And then finally, Don picked the Packers and the over. He didn't get either right, but he was correct in the first week. So Jason from Virginia Tech, he did not get in on week 2. So, so after 2 weeks, Sean is 2-0. The other 3 guys are 1-1. And again, it's a long, long season. We have 14 weeks to go. You can get in on it now. It's not too late. The contest prize has changed. It's elevated. I took it up a notch. And I'm just going to be straight with you about it. The guy that I bought the card from, the Billy Sims autograph card with a piece of a jersey swatch on there, numbered to 50, the guy never sent it. And I just got him to cancel the order yesterday. So we're going to take it up a notch. And I will show you the photograph next week. But the prize now is not a autograph jersey card. It's going to be a Billy Sims autograph jersey. An actual Billy Sims autograph jersey. Autographed his name, Billy Sims, and Rookie of the Year, 1980, in the numbers 20 on the back. So because the guy couldn't get me the card, we're going to upgrade and we're going to go to an even better prize. So I will get a photograph of it, an official photograph, by Sunday, okay? And that way you'll know that it's a legit thing. Okay, so I hope that makes people happy. I think it's a better prize. Let's take a look at the Cleveland Brownies. We're going to go with the this current point spread. I did take a look at the playbook and made a couple minor adjustments. I might make more adjustments throughout the week, but we're going to lock in Detroit giving up 4 and the over-under at 39. So that's going to be the official point spread and the official over-under for the week. I may go in and try to do, when I have more time, try to take a little deeper look into the playbook, see if I can't figure out why Eric Hipple comes into some of those plays as a quarterback, and see if I can't take him out and get our everyday starter, Gary Danielson, in there. So that might adjust it, but we're going to lock these in -4 in favor of the Browns and the over-under at 39. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the Cleveland Brownies. Now, the Browns were a great team in the early 80s, making the playoffs often, but you remember the big fumble on the goal line where they lost the ball game. That running back I can't think of right now, but he's not in this game yet. So we're going to take a look, starting with the quarterback. Here's Brian Sipe. Fantastic quarterback in this era. I mean, in 1979, he threw for 3,800 yards, and he had more touchdowns than interceptions, which is damn near impossible in this era. So it doesn't look like he's off to a particularly good start, but that might be something that switches up when he faces the Detroit Lions. And then they have their main running back, that is Mike Pruitt. His brother is also on the team. Only 12 rushes for 69 yards, but he has made 10 receptions out of the backfield. No rushing touchdowns. He does have a touchdown receiving. And then they have Ozzie Newsome, Hall of Famer. He's an All-Pro, and he has yet to catch a ball. He's been targeted 6 times, but no catches. That's coming off a 55 reception season in 1979. And then we have Reggie Rucker. I bet you probably don't know who this guy is, but he actually led the AFC in receptions his first year as a Cleveland Brown. He had 60 receptions for 770 yards, and you can see he's tailed off over the years. He's age 32. He's got 13 receptions for 197 yards. No touchdowns so far. The other wide receiver is Ricky Feature. 10 receptions, 133 yards. He's got a TD. And then we're looking at a third wide receiver, Willie Adams. He's made 2 catches. He's got a touchdown. And then we're looking at the offensive line here. Joe DeLamanure, he is in the Hall of Fame. Tom DeLone, Henry Shepard, Joel Patton. They're represented in the USFL for the Renegades. And then we have the backups. Paul McDonald is the backup quarterback. Here's Greg Pruitt. That's the brother of Mike Pruitt. We don't need to go through all these, I guess. Now, they do have 2 injuries. You can see how it's representing the injuries here. They have a tackle and a guard that will not be available. So they have backups in there. I'm guessing Joel Patton is one of the backups because of his rating. And a tackle, a guard. So I guess Henry Shepard is a backup that's into the ball game. So maybe the running game won't be as good. I'm not sure. Maybe they'll have to pass more. Let's take a look at the defense. They also have 2 injuries on defense. Jerry Shirk is injured for 4 games. And so he's a defensive tackle. I guess that means Ron Cruz is in there. And Don Good, pretty major linebacker from this period, is out. And that means Dick Ambrose gets in there. There's Clay Matthews Sr. We got Lyle Alzado in his second year with the Browns. He has 1 sack already this year. Henry Bradley, he's made 2 starts, not done much. Ron Cruz, as I mentioned, will get his first start of the year. And Elvis is in the building. He's got 1 sack. There's Clay Matthews Sr. He has 8 tackles, nothing much else. Charlie Hall veteran. He has a sack and a pass defended. Dick Ambrose getting in there for the first time as the starter. And then we have the cornerbacks, Ron Bolton. I celebrate all of his games. Oliver Davis. Some guy named Autry Beeman right there when he was on the Seattle Seahawks. And Clarence Scott, another veteran. So, there's your starting defense for the Browns. They do have a couple sacks. They have only one interception. That's Clarence Scott. Let's take a look at special teams. We've got Don Cockcroft. No relation to Pete Lecoq. He is 1 for 3 from 30 to 39. And overall 60% field goal range. He was a rookie in 1969. 35-year-old kicker. And the punter is Johnny Evans with the bowl haircut. And he's actually doing pretty good, 47.9% average on those punts, way above his career average. So there you go. We'll take a quick look at our Detroit Lions, and then we'll wrap this baby up. You'll see here, we're going to flip through these. Now, Gary Danielson got injured at the end of the game, but he is healthy and is starting week 3. There's his overall numbers. We really, if you watch the game, you already know this, but we really leaned on Billy Sims, and then toward the end of the game, we started slinging it around, and it was a pretty decent game for Gary Danielson. Billy Sims leading the all of football with 242 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, 54 rushes. I think that's double. I looked at the leaders. I think that's double the the rusher in the second position. So we love ourselves some Billy Sims. Dexter Bussey, 13 for 68 now through 2 games. David Hill, we tried to get him the ball a little bit more. He was an All-Pro, right, in 1979. This is the 1980 card, so we're working on getting him the ball a little bit more. Freddie Scott, he has 13 receptions among the league leaders. Leonard Thompson's only got 3 catches. And then we have our front line. There's Eric Hipple. He went 2 for 3 in when he came into the game to take over for Gary Danielson after his injury. So he did really well. I was like, wow, maybe we should start Eric Hipple. Comlo hasn't played. Ulysses Norris hasn't done anything. Rick Kane got some rushing yards. He went 5 for 38. He's also our kick returner, and I'm thinking about taking him out. He has been the kick returner his entire career as a Lion. I don't know. I'm thinking it over. And, yeah. Oh, Mike Freedy made a catch. And also this guy, Jesse Thompson. I couldn't find a photograph for him, so I'm not entirely sure he existed, but he did make a catch in yesterday's ball game. And now we've got 5 interceptions through 2 games. Mike McCoy, probably the most unlikely reception. And then he had the worst penalty of the day. He had a pass interference call that was 25 yards down the field, and he's a defensive tackle. So that doesn't make any sense. But, he did have one big penalty. But he had an interception for a touchdown as well. So good job by him. And Al Bubba Baker got his second sack. It was a good game defensively. When you have a backup quarterback as terrible as David Whitehurst was, it was pretty nice. So, and then here's our special teams with Ed Murray. As you can see, he's 1 for 2 from 30 to 39, 0 for 1 from 49, and he hit a 50-yarder in week 1. But he's made all of his points after. So And we won yesterday, so I guess it doesn't much matter. And here's Tom Skladany with a 42.6% punting average. So, okay. I think that's going to do it for today. So, we're going to come back on Sunday with week 3. We're going to go with the point spread. Detroit giving 4, over-under of 39 with the Browns offense. I think that is realistic. I don't know. But I can tell you right now we're going to run. You see our time of possession was 40 minutes in week 2 because we ran and ran and ran and ran. We ran on 3rd and long. Like it was just one of those things that we were trying to not only manipulate the time clock, but also minimize our opportunities to have to pass and throw interceptions. So keep that in mind. So on this video, in the comments below, let me know who you're picking to win and over/under for the point spread. Okay. All right. I appreciate everybody. I hope everyone's satisfied with the actual Billy Sims autographed jersey, a real jersey. That is the prize now. So, okay. We're going to come back on Sunday for week 3. Until then, everyone have a great day.